Hey YouTubers, I'm setting up all the different channels, so just sit tight. Enjoy the music. Enjoy the music. Hey. Come on, y'all. All right. Facebook is on. There we go. Now, Instagram. All right, everybody is on. We on. Everybody is on. We on. Everybody is on. Hey, I'm here. I'm tired as a natural dog, but I'm here. Now, I got to figure out my camera angles because I got Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Really bad nails. Act like you don't see these. But I've been moving, so I'm waiting on people to come on. So while I'm waiting on people to come on, I might as well turn the music back on. I'm turning the music back on because music makes me happy. Hey, Chuck, you driving the miss? You better not be commentarying, but thanks for letting me know. Have a safe travels. Hey, Jelly D54. All right, we coming on in the place. We are. Okay, I was off beat because I had heard it wrong. Okay, we're here. All right. Okay, hey, Monica, thank you. This is I want to take a shower and not get my hair wet hairstyle. This is also I don't have no more energies in me, whole look. So enjoy. Because this part is curled, but this part is not. But this part is curled. So that's all you need. You can make it look good. Look curly curls at the end. You pull them up. That's what you do. Anyway, welcome to Spiritual Tools Tuesday. I am Mama Lewa for those of you that are new. Hey, Chuck over there and driving to Michigan land. I appreciate you sharing this time with me. Hey, Samori, welcome. I miss you, baby. Hey, Audrey, you came on back. I appreciate it. We back. I just did like a test run because I'm in my new spot. I'm in my new space. I'm moving. I am in the process of moving. So this Spiritual Tools Tuesday is a very much an act of love because I need to, as a matter of fact, I just said on the other one, 2 seconds ago, I was sitting here like this. I got something to do. So here we go. So if this Spiritual Tools Tuesday don't hit like they usually do, I saw it. I'm riding on zero. So I gotta make sure I hit Instagram. I got YouTube because I saw Chuck and Facebook is on. So we all here. All right. So today's Spiritual Tools Tuesday is a continuation of Sunday. Sunday, we talked about being in the meantime when things don't work as quickly as we want them to. It's also a continuation of last week's Spiritual Tools Tuesday, which was just us talking about why we use spiritual tools and the benefits and how they help us get through life. So, first of all, I had to use a spiritual tool today. Audrey, you trying to be in my live video? Because last time somebody did that, I let them in the video. And then they was like, oh, I wasn't trying to be in your video. So Audrey, let me know if you're trying to be in my video. Because I'll let you in. I ain't scared. Anyway. So this right here is a testament. It's a what they call it in church, a testimony to what I am telling you. If it don't fit, don't force it. And I think Sunday we were talking about love and how if it don't fit, don't force it. And sometimes when our prayers go up, and it wasn't just love, it was just about things that we pray for, excuse me, and that don't happen as quickly as we would like it to. And we keep hitting walls and we keep hitting challenges. And sometimes we are required to have I'm sorry. Hey, Asia. I'm just saying, I don't know. I just be pressing stuff. What the hell? Audrey, you my MFer. See, I didn't cuss that time. But there probably will be cussing in this Spiritual Tools Tuesday because I am tired. Also know that you are getting two different angles. This angle is for YouTube and Facebook, and this angle is for Instagram. So I'm doing both of y'all. Just know, because I'm talented like that. Anyway, my T-shirt say "This is how I roll," and that is Instagram can see, but Facebook cannot. This is a book card because I'm a librarian. Anyway, so so I just want to, with Spiritual Tools Tuesday, I'm able to expound a bit about the ideas and the energy that I'm talking about. And like I said, this house here that I just moved in about 10 minutes ago is a testament to if it don't fit, don't force it. And how we use spiritual tools. So I started moving this weekend. I'm not actually, the first is when people move. So I've been moving the whole time. And I wanted to take my time with this. So I've been like a little bit at a time. I started like a week early so that I'm not on moving day. Like, oh shit, we got to move the whole house. I don't want to do that. Thank you, Asia. So I did a reading, and this is real life. The stuff that I be telling y'all to do, I be telling y'all to do it because I do it and it works. So I started the move with what energy is this move going to be, and what energy do I need to be in within this space to make this go as smoothly as possible, right? And so the energy was like, go slow, go with the flow. Don't be pushing, don't be forcing, don't be trying to make stuff happen. Just go with the flow. So if something does not, if you're trying to say you're trying to I want to have all the dishes packed by 8:00 and that shit is not happening, let it go and release it. Release that deadline. And for me, that was a life lesson. This whole move was a life lesson. Because number one, you never know which avenue your blessings are coming. So we put our prayers up, but where we make the mistake, and this is higher level spiritual tools. This is higher level. See, I look at it like people are on different levels spiritually. So you got your kindergarten spiritual people, then you got your, grade school spiritual people, you got your high school spiritual people, and you got your college level and above spiritual people. And it's okay. It's no judgment, no tea, no shade. I'm sorry. I'm kicking off my shoes. Instagram. No tea, no shade if you are a kindergartner. It's no tea, no shade if you are in grade school. And it is no accolade if you are in college. All it means is that you're a little bit more open to working with spirit as opposed to telling spirit what you want it to do. That's pretty much the difference in my book. If you have patience, if you've cultivated the conversation with spirit, that puts you kind of on a higher level because it means that you're working with spirit and not trying to have your own way. And that's what we'll be messing up, trying to do things the way we think it's supposed to go. I also want to touch on, I got to say this so I don't forget, because I'm listening to these books on the Salem witch trials, because I was like, that sounds interesting. Let me see what happened then. They was doing stuff with the women. Oh shit, I done messed up. I ain't got my glasses. Anyway, hey Alexandra, how you doing, boo? Oh yeah, you're welcome. Alexandra said, "Thank you for explaining that." I think everybody wants to be super spiritual, and it ain't your time like that all the time. Sometimes you're learning, and it's okay. You know, I want people to know it's okay not to know everything. But anyway, so one thing that stuck out to me in these two books that I'm reading is the amount of fear that mainstream religion has people living in. They're afraid of the devil. They're afraid of their neighbors. They're afraid somebody doing something to them. They're afraid. And the only way that they feel powerful or they feel safe is by attacking that thing which they are afraid of. And so they try to kill it. They hold on, pause. Please tell them to stop Googling their spirituality and slow. But what the Asian now, I do have to, like, I get it. Like you do, it's a thin line. Because you got people out there who don't have the support that we have. And so they're trying to figure out the answers. But I'm telling you, Google is the worst place. Google, Instagram, and it's fucked up because I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube telling y'all that is not a reliable source. I have seen people on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube, like straight up, like giving tutorials on shit that is not real. That just don't work. You know, like if you wanna connect with Yim and Ya, just go to Ross's and get some fishnets and some shells, and you can put up an altar and she will work with you. And I was like, now that doesn't happen at all. That's not how this works at all. And that chick had like thousands of people. Oh my God, thank you so much. I feel like I have a genuine connection to Yemaya too, because she came to me in a dream. And I'll be like, look, now, y'all gonna be playing with my peoples. Thank you, Asia. And that is why I'm doing this, because you need good and reliable people, trustworthy people with integrity. So see, here's the thing. When you combine money making and religion and spirituality, you get some shiesty folks, right? You get folks that's like, hold on, somebody gonna pay me to cleanse them? Oh shit. Hold on. And then they come back in the screen and now they spiritual. What the fuck? I told y'all, wait, let me do my disclaimer. This for everybody. Mama Lewa is tired. And when Mama Lewa is tired, she cusses. So this is gonna be the non-kid friendly Spiritual Tools Tuesday. And I'm sure it's gonna be funny because I'm also funny when I'm tired. Watch y'all be like, she's not funny at all. This sucks. I'm funny to me, so that's all that counts. Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm so tired. Anyway, so you have to take everything with a grain of salt. There are some reliable sources. There are some reliable sources on the internet. But if you have no, oh dang, Chuck. Okay, Chuck. I'm gonna act right, Chuck. Chuck has his young son in the back seat, and he has blessed me with listening to me on Tuesday. So did you see me get straight in the back? I got straight in the back, y'all. Let me act right, because it's kids watching. You know what was in my mind. You know how all these new memes is like, F them kids. That's what was in my head. I'm sorry, Chuck, it wasn't for your kid. It's just the way my mind works. Anyway, I'm all off track. So, hey, Miss Shonda, girl, how you doing? Hey, Kiki, welcome. So, you have to take it with a grain of salt. And what I try to tell people is to get multiple sources, and then to try to cultivate relationships with people who do this thing. I mean, but it's hard to know who is serious and who. Oh, thank you, Chuck. Chuck gave me permission to cuss my ass off, as he said. So I should have knew. Chuck is a whole package over there. He's a whole mess. He supports my fuckery. Thank you. Anyway, so it's hard to decipher when you are new and you're just trying to figure out who and what is the real deal. It's hard to know. It's Asia. It's somebody out here. You probably know him. I should be quiet. But I went. These folks got a website, and they like, if you send me this much money, I can initiate you in Lukumi and Vodun. I can bathe you. I can give you your ancestor altar. I can, and it's like 5,000 for this, 1,000 for this, 1,200 for that. I've had people try to like get me to read with them, like we partners and we just gonna read together. And so, sometimes it helps to play stupid. This ain't nothing about what I thought I was gonna talk about today, but we're gonna roll with it. Chuck said, fuck them kids. And he the one with the kids in the back seat. I'm just saying. These my peoples. Anyway, so sometimes it helps to just be quiet and let people talk. And so the lady was like, yeah, I think, this will be a good partnership, a good business partnership. And she was like, we could have people reading. We could read people who come into town. We could read. And I was like, oh, okay. So, how would that work? And she's like, girl, don't worry about it. I got you. All you got to do is sit and talk to them and let them, hold on, pause. I'm initiated 3 times and I'm still in kindergarten. I help where I can and leave the billboards alone. That was a high five. Girl, I'm still, I might be first grade. No, if you kindergarten, shit, I'm preschool. Anyway, you see my new space. Y'all see my new house. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so she was like, all you got to do is sit and talk to the people. They're going to tell you everything you need to know anyway. And then, you just tell them back what they tell you. And then, I like to keep them going so that I can, I tell them they need a bath. And then I tell them they need a blah, blah. And I was like, oh, shit. No. That's not what I do. I don't do that. No. Anybody that's read with me know the first thing I tell you is don't tell me no details. Don't tell me no details. I don't want to hear nothing about the situation. I'll be like, just give me a 1-word description of what the situation is. And people be like, love. Okay, that's all I need to know. Bip, bop, 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 boom. And at the end, people be like, oh my God, that was so accurate, because I'm not trying to sham anybody. I'm not. So, when I started reading professionally, I started reading on the streets of New Orleans in the French quarters. And what most people don't know, people always come in town like, I'm going to give me a real authentic New Orleans voodoo reading. And I'd be like, ain't none of these niggas voodoo. None of them out here in these streets. A lot of them be like people that were homeless. That was like, people will pay you to read. So they go buy a $30 pack of cards and get them an $8 table and be like, I'm a reader. And so people will come up to me and they'd be surprised when they get a real reading. I'd be like, now you sure that you want to hear this? Because I do this. Like, this is my life. This is part of my spiritual system. And they'll sit down and be like, oh, shit, this lady for real telling me the real deal. And that's, when you do that over and over again, it's validation that, you really got a connection. So you got to be careful who you with, because some of these people are really out here just seriously for the money. And it's kind of sad because if you're a newbie, you don't know. And this is why I spend so much time getting you in touch with your spiritual self, because your spiritual self is going to tell you when something ain't right. Something is wrong with the new. And then you got to learn to trust that. So let me roll it back to what I want to talk about. I don't even know how I got on that because I'm tired. So we were talking about in the meantime, and when your prayers go up and they're not going, thank you, Kiki, they're not going in the direction that you want them to. And you shouldn't force them. And you got to know when to let the dream go. Because, see, we be holding on to shit forever. to our detriment. Pause. Ha. Giving them the business and be mad. What you mean he ain't for me? Come on, we about to talk about it. You supposed to give me some rose petals to make him come to my house. Ooh, I was about to throw the pillow at the thing. That's a real one right there. That's a real. They be mad because people want what they want. They don't want spiritual growth. They want what they want. And I'm not that one. I'm like, the reason he ain't coming to you is because he ain't for you. Hey, Donna. The reason, you didn't get that job is because that job wasn't for you. The reason you're not getting the love, the money, the success, the whatever that thing is because you are not prepared for the gift that you're asking for. Like, really, that's part of it. And people don't be want to hear that part. You didn't do the work on your side that you need to do. And it's not that thing of you're not worthy of the thing. You're not, you don't deserve the thing. Like, that's that Christian kind of judgment thing. And y'all need to do y'all research. Look, this going to be a whole spiritual tools Tuesday. I'm sorry. When you read stuff like what I'm reading, it's the Salem witch trial, and the book is really awful. I'm so tired of this book. I just be wanting to stop reading it. I ain't even reading it. It's an audio book. But anyway, I'm reading it because it allows me to have a different perspective about Christianity as it is practiced in the United States. And y'all be caping for it and don't even realize the dysfunction that it comes from. So like back in the 1800s and the 1600s, 1700s, Christianity was very much in the United States, was very much connected to the Puritans and the white folks that came over from England that was like, flog yourself and God hates you and he wants you to die if you are not following our rules. And the rules was always connected to the person with the most money is right and the person with no money ain't shit. And you need to, like, it was all of that. Right? So it helps you to understand this dysfunction that we have in 2021 if you understand the history from where it comes from. It's not God said that or the Bible said that. It's these damn white folks said that. So I'm sorry, I got on the side. No, I'm sorry. Anyway, but I'm sorry. Thank you, Alexandra. She said, I'm here for it. I've missed catching you live. Hey, mama, welcome back. And slavery. Like, so all of it. Well, slavery was part of this larger idea that money and blessings, status and God go hand in hand. Like, that's a European thing. That's the European thing because what they was teaching is that you did not have power in your own life. You couldn't make your own decisions. You couldn't stand out. You couldn't have no gifts. You couldn't have no talents. You couldn't talk to God. And if you said that, then you was a witch. And they would like try to test. Like they had a test. It was called making a witch cake. I'm telling you, it's straight in the book. They made a witch cake to see if somebody was a witch. And they like, okay, I got to tell you the story so I can do the commentary. So they would bake a cake and they would get the pea from the lady that they thought was a witch. And they would bake the cake with the pea. And then they would give it to a dog or something. And if the dog acted funny, then that meant that she was a witch. And I was thinking, anybody who eating cake made out of pea is going to act funny. That don't even make sense. But then I was thinking, how you going to do witchcraft to prove that a witch is a witch? You making pea cakes and feeding them to people to see if it's some witchery? That's witchery. Why are you doing that? And that's not even good witchery because I'm not going to make no pea cake. What the goddamn hell is happening? Anyway, so I'm sorry I'm digressing again. I'm sorry. Thank y'all for hanging with me today. This is just going to be a whole bunch of points together. So I said all that to say, if your spiritual system does not reconnect you to your own power, then maybe you should reconsider if that's the spiritual system for you. Right. If the witch drowned, she was innocent. Right. I remember the first time I heard that witch test. We're going to test the witch. We're going to put these rocks on her. We're going to throw her in the lake. If she survives, she a witch. But if she drowned, she was not a witch. and may her soul will go to heaven. What the hell? So if you was lucky enough to make it up out of that shit, they about to stone your ass on the beach. Like, damn, I can't win. Anyway, but I got sidetracked again. I'm sorry. This is one for the books, y'all. Anyway, so you have to, not you have to. The goal is to be reconnected with your own power, right? And with your own greatness. Now, the reason I'm harping on love this week is because I had a love revelation last week when I was preparing to move in this house. Because one of my dreams since I was a little girl was to be married with a family and some kids. That was like, I just knew I was going to be that lady. And my life did not go that way at all. Like, and I tried to get married twice. I was like, got it. I got it. I'm married. I did it. I made it. I didn't make it. I had not made it. And so we talked about Sunday, that book In the Meantime, and how Inyala was like, sometimes the thing that you pray for the most does not come to you. And are you able to be happy within that space, right? And so, for check-in Sunday, we were like, take an inventory this week of the things that you can bring into your own life that bring you joy and happiness. And so I'm tying all this, actually does tie into something. What Asia was saying earlier was like, people come to you and they like, I want that guy. And I need you to do a reading on why this guy is not working and how can I make this guy work. And when we're in that mind frame, not just with love, but with life, when I need this job, I need to live in this house, I need to be, with this group of friends, I need that car. If you start thinking in that moment, that's when the depression comes in. That's when the unhappiness comes in. That's when the dark thoughts come in and the self-judgment and the feeling like you're not enough. And all of that comes in because you are putting your hopes and your dreams on something outside of yourself. The prayer that I did was like, God knows what you need. And if you put your prayer up, one of the most effective meditations that I've read about was concentrate on the feeling you get when you get the thing that you're asking for. So like if you're doing a love spell, don't think about a person. Think about the feeling that you're going to have when you're in love. Don't think about a specific car. Think about the feeling you're going to have driving that new whatever is coming to you, because then you're actually connecting to what it is you want. So if it's an Audi or if it's a Toyota and it's brand new and that's what you asked for, you're going to have that feeling. But what we get caught up in is it has to be, I don't want no other car if it ain't no Cadillac, because anything else is less than me. Oh, okay. Sit your ass there and wait for them Cadillacs while the Audi go past and the Toyota go past and the Subaru go past and you like, fuck that, I don't need an Audi. So you causing yourself stress. Hold on. We want to control the narrative versus understanding where our path need to. Come on, Asia, right here. Come on. I'm sorry, right here. Me and Asia are here. That's the thing that I'm saying, man. Because if you allow, and this is why we do this work, when I'm like, keep your ancestors, refreshed. Talk to them. Give them food. Ask them to help you through the problems. Talk to your spirit guides. Ask them for help. If you got Orishas, work with your Orishas. The reason we do this is so that we can keep an eye on the path and not on our ego, right? So like, I wanted a house. I did. I wanted a house. And I wanted, this gonna sound petty as fuck, but all I really wanted was a dishwasher. I wanted a dishwasher. Oh, Ori. Now, I don't always say Ori, although Ori is real. See, this is because this is like that's a religious or spiritual system specific thing, kind of. Ori is the spirit of your own head. And it is, everybody has one. It is the spirit that is born with you that says, hey, we got shit to do. And you'd be like, we got shit to do. They'd be like, yeah, go over there. That's some of the stuff we got to do. And then we got to go over here. And then we got to go over there. And make sure you pick up 2 of them because we need them. That's your Ori. The Ori is there to show you the right path so that you can do the things that you came here to do. We don't always connect with our Ori. We don't always connect with our spiritual self. And a lot of people don't understand that concept. Even me, when I first was introduced to the concept of Ori, I was like, yeah, there you go. I was like, nah, I know Oshun and Yemeya and Shango and Obatila and Oya and Elegua and them. I know all of them, but which one is Ori? And they was like, it's your spirit. And I was like, but I thought you had to receive the spirit to have the spirit. I don't understand. And they was like, no, it's the spirit of yourself. And I was like, no, I don't get it. So this that Asia said is very, very good. It is your consciousness, is your inner and higher self. And it's there to guide you, right? And it's something that you don't have to be connected to. You're already connected to. Hold on. Me too. Now I'm in a house with no dishwasher, but I'm happy as a tick on a hog. She happy as a tick on a hog. I love her. So Asia is not a good addition to this group because she keeps making me sidetracked. Thank you, Asia. I'll be like, hey, yeah, I'm going to talk about that too. I'm just going to talk about everything Asia said. I'll be sidetracked. I'll be like, yeah, because she's here. You're here. Anyway. So I wanted a new house. I wanted to have nice appliances and a dishwasher. Now, the apartment I was in was not built for a dishwasher. So, thank you, Angel. You ain't got to zip it. If something comes to you, you say it. Because we family up in here, spiritual tools. So they go for everybody. If you got something to say it. Come on, Asia. I don't care. We're going to be on roller coaster of love. Say what? Anyway, so I wanted a house. The apartment that I was in was not equipped for a dishwasher. That's how this all started. So then I was trying to find an apartment. It just wasn't working. So my spirit said, what is it that you actually want? And it's a lesson in this for y'all looking for a relationship. What is it that you actually want? And I was like, I actually want new appliances. And they was like, well, you can have that without moving. I said, well, I sure can. So I saved my money and I bought new appliances. I got a new stove, a new refrigerator, a new washer and dryer. I was happy because, you know, those of you who've been riding with me for a minute, y'all know I tried to force that. I said, if it don't fit, don't force it. I'm sorry, that was a little air coming out my tooth. I didn't really toot. Anyway, I tried to force that thing. I was like, I'm going to move in this house because it has 2 bathrooms. It has a walk-in closet and it has a dishwasher and brand new appliances. And then the more I got closer to the house, I was like, it ain't quite what I wanted because the dishwasher wasn't new. It was used new. And the refrigerator was it was new, used new, and it didn't work. And then the second bathroom kind of had a plumbing problem, but you could use it if you tipped it over to the left. It had a backyard, but you couldn't use the backyard. And it had roaches. And I tried to make that house work because I was like, I need this house. And then one day my spirit, I sat with my Ori and I said, this does not feel good. And we don't always listen to that spirit that says, this don't feel good. I'm fighting every day to make this work. I'm fighting every day to be committed to this thing. I'm fighting. And I stopped fighting. Now, let me tell you why I was going to fight, because I know y'all don't understand this. The reason I was fighting is because I didn't want to let other people down. So I told the landlady that I would move in this house because she wanted a good tenant and my friends knew her and she knew them. And I didn't want to let people down. So I was going to put myself on the back burner and hope that things work out. Thank you, Indy. I knew you would remember. Hope that things worked out for me. And in the moment, I was like, ain't nobody responsible for your happiness but you. So if them niggas ain't happy, that ain't on you. That ain't on you. You got to take care. You waiting on somebody to say, oh, you're uncomfortable. Let me fix that for you. I feel really bad that you're uncomfortable. Don't nobody do that, and don't nobody owe you that. We be thinking that people owe that to us, that they need to consider our feelings in a moment when we not considering it our own feelings. Who the fuck? They like what? You don't care? I don't care either. So I left. I went back to my old apartment, and I was like, I ain't going no damn way. Like, I love you, old apartment. I love you. I don't even need a dishwasher. And that's when I went and bought all new appliances, right? So in the back of my mind, I was like, but maybe there's a house out there for me. And Oshun was moving. Like my spirits heard me when I was lighting my candles, when I was praying in front of Oshun, when I was putting my prayers up, that I need a place that's like for me, that's big enough for me, that allows me to feel, comfortable and all of that. There's like, we got you, we got you, we got you. But it was taking a long time in the meantime. So I focused on making myself happy. I got the furniture that I wanted. I got the appliances that I wanted. I got, I took care, I was like, I'm going to get my nails done. I'm going to start, I'm going to curl my hair and things and put my makeup on. I really started like just doing it from the inside out, that you got to do it from the inside out. And at the same time, it was like the relationships weren't hitting. And they was like, don't worry about that. We got you. Don't worry about it. We got you. But what I realized is the reason the relationships weren't hitting is because the relationships weren't hitting. If that makes sense. I would see a picture and be like, oh, that seems like it should be what they do what I do. I can't stand that some people are on this or this particular spiritual Tuesday. They know who I'm talking about. But so you look the part. You do what I do. You understand my talk and my walk, and you may walk and talk the same walk and talk that I talk and walk too. You seem like a good fit. But it don't feel right. The headache, the fight that I got to fight to make this fit. Sometimes you have to just stop fighting because that thing is not for you. And it's actually more detrimental to your well-being than if you would just sit down and be still, right? So that's what I did. I sat down and I was still and I said, hey, whatever it is that needs, and this is where Yana Van Zant comes in, whatever it is you guys need from me, that's what I'm going to do. Wherever my happiness comes in with what you bring to me, that's what I'm going to go deal with. And I, driving to this new house, I was like, I have not been so content in my space, in my life space, as I am right now. Because I am walking in spirit's walk, and they bring me what I need when I need it. And when they bring it to me, it's better than anything I would have picked for myself. They know how to bring my prayers to me. So when I put the prayers out, when you guys put the prayers out, you got to trust and believe that what's going to come to you in the time that it comes to you is what's for you. You got to take your hands off of that prayer and let it manifest. Hold on. Hey, Asia, I miss you. Always will reach out to you for a publisher combo this summer. I'm going to need y'all not to be doing business on Spiritual Tuesday. But pause, I do want y'all to do business on Spiritual Tuesday. Y'all going to handle that. See, we get the people together. That's what we do. Anyway, so, you may pick something, a relationship, a fella, want to have some kids, want to have a new job, want to move to another city, all of them things. You might want to do all of those things. And the thing that you pick be the one with the roaches. You pick the dude with the roaches. Roaches in his life. He ain't got no job. He got a bad job. He got a bad attitude. He got a bunch of women up under the blanket. He got, he got bad credit. He got, he lie all the time. That's who you picking because it looks shiny on the outside. And then you wondering why this relationship ain't working. Like, I tried this way, I tried that way, or maybe you picked the job, and that's the job where 90% of the people got COVID. You like, oh shit, I tried to get this job, and they told me don't get this job. So you have to trust. Oh, thank you, India. She said, we appreciate you cultivating this space. This is a space for us to learn and grow and support one another. That's real talk. So what I'm finding is that especially when you have done the work beforehand, when you have created your ancestor altar, when you have your spirit guides that you're working with, when you're connected to your spiritual entourage. So if it's Jesus and you've been doing your prayers and you've been reading your the Psalms and all that stuff that y'all do in the Bible land that I don't really know, you doing that and that's like solid. You over here and you done talk to your Orishas and you done sat with your warriors and you done laid down the plan. And if you've done that beforehand, then what you find is when things are not working right, it's because whatever is behind door number 3 that you're trying to get in ain't really for you. And you begin to recognize that as a sign that I need to pull up, right? So, perfect example. I moved in this house and they had an upright washer and dryer, the kind that sit on top of each other. Square peg. Whoa! Hey, Rube! How you doing? I didn't even know you was there. I'm sorry. Somebody who I don't usually see is here. Anyway, so they had the washer and dryer. Oh, stackable. And I was like, and I told you I just bought some new appliances, and mine is side by side. And I was like, damn, that ain't gonna fit in the space. Why? Because it was some shelves in there that made stackable possible. But you'd have to move the shelves in order to put side by side in there. So I was like, again, not wanting to inconvenience people. I didn't want to move the shelves because that might inconvenience my landlord. I didn't want to try to fit my washer and dryer side by side because that might inconvenience the movers who are moving in. So, I'm like trying to get my voice and shit. So then everything I tried to do to get the stackable washers fell through to the point that the one that I found one, it was nice too. I was like, all right then, I got me a stackable washer, but it was used. And the ones I got is brand new. Anyway, the dude came to my door with the stackables. He was finna put them together and everything. And he looked in the thing and it was a piece missing. And he had to leave from in front of my door and take them back. I said, this is not for me. This is not for me. And so I told him, hey, I bit the bullet. I was like, hey, I know I said I was going to buy them washer and dryers, but I'm not going to buy them. I'm going to do something else. And all the fears that I had of the back and forth that was going to happen and the argument and the disappointment, none of that happened. He was like, okay, I didn't know it's going to be that easy. Then the person who I had promised, I'm going to sell you my new washer and dryer because I've got another one coming. I didn't want to let that person down. I said, hey, I'm going to keep this. I'm sorry, I can't sell it. That person was like, okay, what? So when we be putting ourselves on the back burner for other people's comfort and other people's, pleasure or whatever, the things that we have in our mind, oh, they're going to be disappointed. Oh, they're going to be mad at me. Oh, I got to explain. Oh, 9 times out of 10, they have a plan B in their mind. And you can go ahead about your life and do the things that you need to do. That's why a lot of people say in relationships, I keep going back to relationships because relationships reflect how you live your life. So if you're in a relationship because you don't want to hurt the other person, you don't want to hurt their feelings, you don't want to let them down, they need me. So many times I have heard people prolong their suffering because the other person needs them for their life to be okay. Meanwhile, you giving your life breath, all your energy and Ashe, you giving it to them so they can be okay and you're not okay. We can't keep doing it. As people, as men, as women, we think we're supposed to fix people. We think we're supposed to build them up. And what we don't realize is that we need to build ourselves up. And that in turn will bless other people. But you can't deplete yourself and then expect yourself to be able to help somebody else. So in the meantime, you focus on you. Y'all see these nails? Don't act like y'all see them. I mean, y'all act like y'all don't see them. In the meantime, like, I don't know if I want to talk to her. She doesn't know how to keep her nails together. I'm moving. Anyway, you build yourself up. Pause. I'm bottling up all the anger, resentment, and imbalance and ain't happy. You can't do that, Asia. You got to get it out. You got to bath it out. You got to pray it out. You got to burn it out. Not burn it like, write it on stuff. Bay leaves are good for getting that shit out. Doing a burning bowl. Oh, that's what I should do for Spiritual Tools Tuesday. Okay, we're going to do a burning bowl on Spiritual Tools Tuesday. I don't know which one. One of these Spiritual Tools Tuesday. A burning bowl is a ritual that you do to release energy. And so we write everything down on a piece. Maybe we'll do that on a Sunday. Oh, that sounds like a Sunday check-in. Come on. Sunday check-in, burning bowl. Yep, that's what we're going to do. Anyway, so, you do stuff like that. You do the visualizations where I had to do this, man. In my 30s, I was trying to move up and to level up and to really find my joy. And I had to do this meditation where you see all of your exes. and then you visualize like a cord between you and them. And then you cut that bitch. I had to do that a couple of times, but it really helped. It really helped. But I'm going to tell you the one that was really hard for me. Oh, this ritual meditation was so hard. So I went down all my loves in my life, and I took each one. Oh, this was so hard. And I wrote a forgiving letter. I forgave them. I forgive you for blah, 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 blah. And you talking about some tears and shit. I forgive you for blah, blah, blah. I forgive you. And I'm moving on. Like, because, like, what I would find is I would just, like, out the blue, just be like, I remember that time so-and-so did such and such to me. And so I started writing that shit out. And then I would burn it. That released me of so much stuff. And then, I'm 51 now. I realized, if I don't like it, I don't have to do it. If I don't agree with it, I'll say something. Now, I don't always say something. Y'all heard me say it's hard for me to say no. I don't be wanting to hurt people's feelings. But I realized that people going to be all right. I don't do well choosing on my own. Amen. And I say, that's the other thing. Thank you, Olari. That's the other thing. Certain things that are my blind spots, that are my weak spots, I go to the tarot or I go to the Orishas. And I sat with them. You got to sit with your spirits, whoever it is that you deal with. And we deal with Orishas. These are Orisha priests that are making these comments. But if you deal with Jesus, like if you can't work your Christian religion, then you need a crutch. You need something else, because you need something that's going to help you get through this life thing. So certain things I'd be like, look, y'all, I don't know how to do this. Every time I do it, I mess it up. So whatever y'all say, that's what we do. And I need y'all to tell me the truth. Let me know when I'm going in the right direction or I'm going in the wrong direction. Or I'm checking with my tarot. Like, is this good for me? Is this not good for me? So relationships, yes, I do that. My temper, yes, I do that. Because I snap out. Because, sometimes you be sensitive. And you'll be like, first of all, what you not going to do? And then they be like, I wasn't even saying that. You be like, remember all that stuff I said about your raggedy ass and how I could never stand you from the first time I saw you? I didn't really mean that. I was just mad. Like, how many times you gonna do that? Like, so before I go into your raggedy ass, I can't stand you and all that, I throw a card. Is it me or is it them? Because we all have blind spots that we need help with. This is why we're doing these spiritual tools. We all have things that we need help with. And Orishas, tarot, readings, divination, prayer, meditation, breathing, all of that helps us to connect. Asia, we here, girl. Helps you to connect to your guide. We ain't got to do this by ourselves. We ain't got to be stumbling and shit. We got to use the tools that are given to us. That's why we got them. But you got to incorporate. JoJo dancer, good and god dang on well. She said, hell, I meant it. Damn cancers. Anyway, there was something else I want to tell you. When you are in touch with your spiritual self and your spiritual tools, you do not have to live in fear of what someone is doing to you, of what life might put in your lap, of what may or may not happen, because you realize that you have what we call agency. You can make changes in your life. Not that the changes are going to be easy. You can manifest things in your life. Not that it's going to come quick, but you can make the changes and create the kind of life that you need and want and desire. And so you can enjoy yourself. We don't always have to be suffering. Hey, sunshine, Negro, hard six. How you doing? Welcome back. Um, so what I've seen in the people who have been like following this Spiritual Tools Tuesday, who have been, doing the classes and working on their own, I'm noticing that when life hits them and, maybe they don't know the answer. It's not that you always know the answer. It's that you know what to do. Okay, let me be quiet. Let me go get my candles. I got a candle for this. I sat with it. I journaled it out. I talked it out. I took it to my ancestors, and they have a sense of peace in the meantime, in the dark time. They have a sense of peace that they didn't have before. So, you light your incense, like even me. Like the other day I was in a tiff with a friend of mine, and I was like, okay, I got to get my head right. My head might not be right. So I lit an incense and I lit a white candle so that my communication could be clear, so that the air could be clear between us, so that we could have peace in this challenging conversation that we have, so that my ego could get out the way, so that my sensitivities could get out of the way, and we could just focus on what needed to be said. If we're not doing those things, then we just out here like coming out the hip with it. You have to constantly recharge your house. You got to constantly recharge yourself so that you can see and be in touch when your spirit is saying, this ain't working. You got to do something different. If you keep running into the same bad friendships, if you keep running into the same manipulative people, it ain't them. I'm just saying, sometimes it be you. I'm just saying. And what do I mean by sometimes it be you? Sometimes it be healing that you need to do so that you can listen when your spirit is saying, get away from that person. When we're not doing our healing, we keep repeating the same toxic situations over and over again. How do you know when you're healed? When your circle starts to change, when your relationships start to change, when your job starts to change, when you start to grow, when your income starts to get better, when you stop making the mistakes where you're what am I saying? How I see it in my head, where you are causing problems for yourself. Pause. A friend, I'm sorry. A friend calls it the circle of stupid. I like that. I'm going to take that. Thank you. Doing the same things and expecting a different result. It don't work like that. It's true. And we be so stubborn thinking, but I did it different. Hey, you be doing the same shit. Like, man, I used to attract the same dude over and over and over again. And I'd be like, no, I did something different this time. This time I wore red shoes. I never wear red shoes. But I was doing the same actions, having the same thoughts. My thought was, I like you, you like me. We love each other. Let's get married. Like, nigga, that ain't. How many times you gonna do that? Okay. He said that he loved me. Because I think, why would you lie about that? Because I would lie about that. If I didn't love somebody and they was like, girl, you love me, I'd be like, well, you're really nice. I like the way that you always seem to be around. But I would not be like, I love you. I just want to be with you. But dudes do that. And I had to learn that the hard way. I was like, no, this time I made him write it down. Like, no, dummy, stop doing the same thing over and over again. So what I had to do, that was when I did like Olari said, I started taking it to my Orishas, and that was my doing something different. My doing something different was, this doesn't work for me, so let me read on it first. This doesn't work for me, so let me take it to a level, because obviously I'm not good at this. You got to be honest when shit ain't working, when you're in a circle of stupid. So, okay, then that's what we're going to do Sunday. We're going to do a burning bowl. So Sunday's ritual, come with your drink, because you might need a drink. How we gonna do it? You need to. So the thing about the burning bowl, it's your way of releasing energy, people, things, habits that no longer work for you. So you write it down and then you burn it. And that is a signal to the universe that I'm transferring this energy. I'm transmuting this energy from this thing here. I'm burning that and I'm opening the gate for something better. So bring your things to burn. Okay. And it can be anything. It can be a past relationship. It can be a habit that you have. It can be a fear that you have. It can be a hurt that you've been carrying. A lot of people that I've been working with, their pain comes from their childhood. It comes from parents who didn't know what they was doing and was hurting their kids, or like family members that was abusing them, and all of this stuff. It comes from your first boyfriend that was a jerk that dogged you out, and you just carried that. That's the kind of shit you take to a burning bowl. Hold on. I had to learn that everyone's capacity to love is not the same. That's the truth. And it's not a judgment. You don't have to judge people to recognize that they're not good for you. And you don't have to judge them. No. Them loving you does not mean they're good for you. That's what I'm trying to say. Oh, shit. Okay, that was for somebody. I felt that. Just because someone loves you does not mean they're good for you. And you have to have the strength and the courage to say, I don't like how you love me. I love you, but I don't like how you love me. So I release you in love and I'm moving on. That's a powerful thing. To be able to do that without getting to the point like, no, I hope you die. I'm going to blow up your car. Your mama ain't shit. You ain't shit. And ain't nobody in your family shit. Like, it don't always have to end like that. Sometimes your power can come in, I don't like the way this feels, and that's okay. That's enough for me to be able to move forward. I wish you the best, but you just don't love me in a way that's nurturing to me, that's healing to me, and that adds to the happiness in my life. Like, that's a valid reason to move on, and to do it with love. And then that way you don't have the anger that you're carrying. You don't have the resentment because you were able to take your power and use it for the good. And then they don't have to understand. We be wrong. That's another thing we be trying to do is explain it to people. You could just be like, nope, don't work. All right, see you later. And they'll figure it out. They're going to have their own narrative anyway. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be like, well, the real reason she left me. I remember, I don't know who this was. Somebody had an abusive boyfriend or husband or something, and they left. And the guy's narrative was that she left because she found another man. It wasn't nothing about his abusive ass or how he was dishonest or none of that. It was because she found another man in his mind. And I was like, that's what you came up with? Okay. So they're going to come up with their own narrative anyway. It is like I said earlier, it is your job to do the things that bring you your own happiness. Nope, that wasn't you. Now I'm like, wait, let me get that story. I'm so nosy. Did y'all see me just blank out? I was like, ooh, what happened? No, that was not you, JoJo Hansen. So, and I think what people don't recognize is that this is not something that comes easy. It doesn't automatically come for us to be able to stand in our courage, for us to be able to make the changes that we need to make. But that's why we do all of that shit that I be telling y'all to do. That's why we do it. That's why we light the candles. That's why we light the incense. That's why we take the baths. That's why we pray during the full moon. Please help me manifest this. Or that's why we pray during the new moon. Take this away from me. That's why we do this stuff, because we need help. How do you know you need help? Because we be in the circle of stupid. Repeating the same thing over and over again, wondering why it's not changing. Pause. Don't have to have closure. Do you know that is it took me, I think I was like 45 before I realized that closure was a trap. I just want, if we could just have a conversation and you just explain to me why this didn't work, or if you just could tell me how, why you lied that time. Like, No, that is just you hanging on. Like, well, if I can just talk one more time, I can convince you where you made a mistake, and then we can keep on with this dysfunctional ass relationship. Closure sometimes is a trap. So then what I do now is be like, am I done? I'm done. Okay, that's it. You see that? You just, am I done? I'm done. All right then, let's go on to the next thing. It's not a conversation. I don't have to explain it to you because you know what happened. I got enough of people doing that to me where they was done with me and didn't give me not a goddamn letter, didn't call, nothing. When they was done, they was done. I was like, well, that's not fair. I wouldn't do that to you. Well, maybe you should. So uh, now I look out for me. I take care of me, and I'm okay. And everybody got to be like that. Anyway, so the Mac is shutting on down. So it is time for me to say bye, y'all. I will see y'all Sunday. Sunday is Sunday check-in, 7 p.m. Central. We're doing a burning bowl. Okay. So bring the things that you want to release. Um, yeah, it's true. Bring the things that you want to release. Bring your drink and have something. So what you can have is like a Pyrex dish. You can have a cast iron pot, something like that. And we're going to burn the papers in those things because I can't burn for everybody. Or can I? Okay. If y'all inbox me the things you want to burn, I'll burn them. If you inbox me with like a statement, I'm getting rid of blah 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 blah. You inbox me, you DM me, I will put it in a piece of paper and burn it in the burning bowl. Or you can do it yourself and have your burning bowl on Sunday at 7 Central. Asia. May my mother Oya meet you, Omo Oshun, and bless you with the change and forward movement you deserve. Come on now. Love and abundance can't avoid you. You have just been being prepared. I love. Girl, you ain't gonna have me crying up in here. Peace and light, and may that return to you tenfold. Thank you, Mama. I needed that. Woo. All right, y'all. I will see y'all Sunday. Burning Bowl Sunday. We're burning bowls on Sunday. We're not gonna burn the bowl. We're gonna burn the paper. But be here on Sunday, 7 p.m. Central. Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. I'll see y'all then. All right. Peace. Bye, YouTubers. Bye, Chuck. Be safe.